It's the early hours of June 6, 1944, D-Day. A cold wind sweeps across the fields of Normandy. Out of the dark sky, parachutes bloom like ghosts. One of them hits the ground hard. A medic named Kenneth Moore. Mud. Chaos. Distant gunfire. He cuts free from his chute, heart pounding, and runs toward the faint outline of a small village, Angoville-au-Plain. There, among the shattered streets, he spots a church, a red cross painted on its roof. Inside, another medic is already at work, Robert Wright. The two men exchange a quick nod. No words needed. They know what's coming. And together, they begin the work that will define their lives. The silence is broken. The doors burst open. Wounded men flood in. With no supply crates, no proper equipment, they work only with what they carry in their medic bags. Outside, the fighting grows brutal. House to house, room to room. But inside the church, the mission is different. Save whoever you can. Ken can't sit still. He hears the cries outside. He grabs an old wooden wheelbarrow, pulls his helmet tight, and charges into the open. Bullets crack around him. A German rifleman spots him, aims, then hesitates. He sees the red cross and lowers his gun. Ken reaches the wounded paratrooper, loads him onto the wheelbarrow, and runs back through the storm of lead. Heavy pause. Quiet respect. Hour after hour, the two medics keep going. Each trip outside could be their last. Each man they save. One less family that will grieve. Then one evening, Ken bursts in carrying another soldier. But this time, something changes. The man in his arms is German. Somber empathy. The church falls silent. All eyes are on him. Ken lays the wounded enemy on a pew and begins to treat his wounds. Robert joins without hesitation. The stares soften. No one dares to object. When asked later why he helped the Germans, Ken simply said, "They were young men, just like us. They were just wearing different uniforms." Moments later, the doors slam open. A German soldier storms in, gun raised. Everyone freezes. He looks around, sees the Germans being treated, and slowly lowers his weapon. He makes the sign of the cross and leaves.
No weapons inside the church, not for Germans, not for Americans. Inside these walls, there would only be healing.
When the American officers come to retreat, Ken and Robert refuse to leave their patients behind. The Germans soon retake the village and start bringing their wounded to the same church. By night, the pews are full, and the dying are laid closest to the altar. And then, a knock at the door. A German officer stands there. He thanks the medics for helping his men. Robert asks for medical supplies and a doctor. The officer nods, promising to return in 24 hours. They shake hands. In the middle of war, an alliance of mercy. By the next day, the 101st Airborne pushes back. Whenever the two medics appeared on the battlefield, everything stopped. Both sides stopped fighting, so the medics could pass. A faulty mortar rolls across the church floor, miraculously fails to detonate. Glass shatters, bullets tear through the windows. Still, they keep working.
When ordered to turn the church into a sniper's nest, Robert refuses. This place is for saving lives, he says, not taking them.
For 3 days and 2 nights, Kenneth Moore and Robert Wright tended to more than 80 men. Only 2 would not survive. The church still stands today. Inside, the wooden pews bear dark stains, marks that time will never wash away. In the floor, a cracked tile still shows where the mortar landed and did not explode. Outside, a small plaque bears the initials R.E.W., Robert E. Wright. His ashes finally returned to the ground. He refused to leave. 2 medics, 2 hearts of courage, and 1 small church that became a sanctuary of humanity in the middle of hell. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and watch more incredible stories from history. Thank you for watching.